All right, and guys, we're going live with another one of the world's very first AI certified agents. One of my good friends, Kelli. What's going on, Kelli?
What's up, Nick? Excited to be here.
Man, I'm really excited to bring you on too, because you always bring excitement, passion to the calls. I'm always hearing about the new things that you are doing, but it always wasn't that way. So talk to us about a little bit about the beginning stages of you kind of dipping your toes and going into artificial intelligence.
So I was using it to a certain degree, right? I had heard of ChatGPT. I was using it to the extent of like writing and playing around with it to write listing descriptions.
Yeah.
What can you do? And it does that, and it does that well. Okay, great. I saw your course advertised, and I've always been an avid learner. I'm a big student to, continue mastering the craft. I don't want to be a has-been in an industry that is changing so rapidly with technology. And as we know, that has changed tremendously just in the 18 years that I've been doing it. So in order to stay, we were like faxing things when I first started, So I know the importance of like keeping with the pace of technology. And I've been really fortunate because I guess I have that attitude about it. A lot of the brokerages in my area, they hadn't even yet converted into, online file record keeping, transaction management, and all of that stuff. And I was already like, going with it. And so this was another thing. And, it's real easy in our line of work for people to get caught up in the bright and shiny penny. And sometimes it's about like, okay, who is it that's teaching the course? What kind of validity do they have behind them in that? And then what exactly am I going to get out of it? And so while I didn't know all the validity that I was going to get out of it, I knew that you and your brother, I actually have been around for long enough when your brother was making calls in front of a room full of.
You were there?
I was there. And look, when I tell you that I was just so impressed by that. And so to know that you guys have been in the background of all of this stuff and just pushing through and really, looking to bring something to the industry that is game changer. I've constantly seen and watched y'all. And so the offering was made inside of the group that we're all part of within EXP. And so I was like, yep, I'm going all in. And I don't know if you remember this, but 5-day course, right? And it's like, this is what you're committed to. This is what you got to do.
You're all in, yeah.
I am a single mom of 3, and they were with me that week. And like everything was crazy and upside down. But the one thing was that my butt was in front of the computer for that 1 hour, listening in to everything. And then I was committed to doing the work. After 48 hours of taking that course, I don't know if you remember me telling you this, but I was like, I got my money's worth. Like I got my money's worth. And I have taken different courses over the years of being in business, and not all of them have left me with the desire that I wanted to know more and I wanted to dig deeper. Some of them, like I didn't even complete all of it. Right. And then some overpromised and under-delivered completely. Yours after 48 hours, I was like, if this is all you taught me, I feel good about the value and dollar exchange there. But of course, that's not where you left it. I've said this so many times, and if your friends say that you have a big head, I'm gonna have to quit saying this, but over deliver. You and your team over deliver constantly. When I ask a question, you are there with answers. Anytime that something's come up, and y'all will go dig for it. And then it's just like going through the course. I'm like, could it really get any better than this? And then boom, something else would drop, and it just got better. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there were so many layers. I will say that in going through it, the one thing that I also acknowledged was that while some of it could seem like, oh gosh, it's a lot. Once you actually started doing it, y'all have it set up in like a paint by numbers. And I like to use that terminology because it really is like paint this one.
Do this, then do this.
It is so easy to understand. And it takes just moving past that internal fear and dialogue and just doing step number 1, step number 2. And then it's like you're holding this big torch and just lighting one flame at a time inside of each one of us. And I know that's certainly what you did with me. And even, I mean, I can't go on because even over delivering in that, y'all let my assistant take the course. There was no additional look. That's huge. Just that in itself, I get goosebumps because when I only speak the truth, and I say all of that because most courses won't do that. You're going to pay an extra seat, period.
Well, and I think part of it too is, like going through this is number one, I really appreciate what you just said. You over delivered even on this interview just in those couple seconds. And it made me think back to when you said, I hope you don't have a big head. I'm like, are you thinking literally? Because my aunt did call me melon head growing up, but that's a whole nother subject. But with that being said, I think it just comes down to, we really pride ourselves, number one, on our service. Beyond all else, we could have the worst product in the world, but have an amazing service. And that's what we pride ourselves on. Especially with what we did, this AI certification, I believe we have something really special here to really bring to the real estate industry specifically. I know, I would say in depth, the problems, the struggles, what you guys go through every single day. I've been working with the agents for the last 5 years. I work with them hand in hand, hopping on Zooms, going to their place of business, and just hearing the struggles you guys go through. Having the assistant go through the course with you. So not only I tell every agent, no, you have to go through the course to get certified. You can't send your assistant to get certified for you. You have to get certified. Number one, because you're going to be able to help the clients, but also because this will help you out a lot, because now you know what you can tell your assistant to do. You know exactly what they're capable of because your AI is trained to do it.
Yes. And look, everything you just said, yes. And even I had the imagery of, what do they tell you when you're taking flight, right? If that mask falls down, put yours on first before you start trying to help anyone. And if I would have just sent my assistant through, I would have missed the mark tremendously, because she doesn't know where I want my business to go.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know exactly how we can implement it at an even further level. She's going to look at it from her perspective, but that's it. So absolutely. You know what I love about this is that this is for anybody, because AI is so new. There is no like, oh, well, they have one up because XYZ. If you're doing that, it's because you're just not committed to your business. Go find another field of altogether.
Love it.
But oh my gosh, like this is playing field is even. It's whoever wants to go out there and learn about this, and then it can take the most green of agents and have them like completely surpass that top producer in their marketplace. And that's what I think is so incredible. Yeah. When I talk to people about it, and I have a hard time holding back my passion, and I think that scares some people sometimes, because it's like, oh, she's a lot. But only when I'm really passionate about something, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't even think twice about it. And this is, I have hit up so many friends in their inboxes about how incredible this opportunity is, because I firmly believe in it, and I see y'all vision and like what it is that y'all are doing. And it's incredible. And while you may say, hey, look, our customer service is going to be top notch, even if we have a shitty product. Can I say that? I did.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is y'all have a brilliant product.
Thank you.
With customer service like that. And so I told you early on, and I'll say it here in a public forum, but like my wagon is now hitched to yours, like where we're going, because I can't learn enough of this to keep implementing it into my business.
Man, and I'll tell you what, I'm really excited too, because like you said, there's a vision behind this as well. We're continuing to add more. It's not like we created something that's like, all right, let's go and push this to the public. We're continuing to add new ways. We have a research and development team that is constantly working every single day, looking up new things. We are actually in talks with a couple different founders of AI companies who are coming out with things that aren't released to the public yet, that Kelli has access to here, that we're so excited that our people are going to get first access to it. Because I realize, a lot of people are listening to the other marketers out there. Why? Because I'm in a lot of those different groups too. And they're listening to the marketers, teaching them how to resell. I'm like, let's go to the source. Let's go to the AI founders, the people who are doing it, and figure out what's new and what's coming out for you guys.
Man, and I'll say this as well, because it's not even just, you're not a very pushy salesperson. You're not. And that is something else that caught my eye, because when you know what it is that you have, you don't have to be pushy. For the same reason that I am a top producer in my marketplace, whenever I go into work, I'm going in for a listing, I'm getting them most of the time because it's not really any competition out there. And it's either that it's a choice that, it's a win-win or it's not. And because of that, more business even attracts to me, I feel like, because it's either that like we have to go about it this route. Otherwise it doesn't make sense. And somebody else will be able to help you, in what it is that you're trying to achieve. I'm trying to help you reach your goals. And I don't know if you remember this either, but like I finished the course and there is that you can stay connected after you finish the course, because the course is 5 days. Well, honey badgers, we had a little line up in there. And so, but with that, that's it. And that was a wrap. But there is a way to stay connected. And I had every intention, like, yep, I'm staying connected. Again, had my kids and 3 different schedules on top of mine going every direction. And with that, I forgot about it, right? Like it just became, that wasn't the front and center. And a couple of weeks went by and I messaged you and I was like, why you didn't say something about this? Like, cause I know I brought,
I do remember that.
How excited I was on.
You were angry at me. You're like, why aren't you messaging me every day to sign up for this? What's wrong with you? I'm like,
I heard crickets. There was nothing. You're just like, it's for you. It's not. I think even more so that's what makes it so incredible. And for anybody who is on the fence and thinking about it, it is literally like, it's a no brainer. This course, in all honesty, has been the best return of my money. And I just took it. We're September right now as this plays. And I think I was in the August group.
Yeah.
Like it just took it.
Yeah.
And it's already
August. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's already the best money and return that I've gotten on my money so far this year. And so anybody who's thinking like, and the amount of the cost is just, it's peanuts, man. You could charge triple the amount. And
I know.
But it's the service. It's the vision that you have and what it is that you're really trying to do and offer to people. And I see it hands down. It's incredible. It really is.
Well, and I think a big part of this too is I believe there's going to be a last agent standing. What a lot of people don't understand, there's a lot of shifts in the marketplace. There's a lot of shifts in the business world and in the real estate world and the world itself with artificial intelligence and what it's doing. There's a lot of different shifts that are happening. I believe there's going to be a last agent standing. I want to get as many of us together as we can standing here together. But there was something else that you said too. You were already a top producer before you came into this. Yes. What inspired you to continue to learn more? And how do you see this benefiting your clients?
Oh my gosh. Well, I had a conversation with an agent today. My brain went in 3 different directions on this. I can answer it in so many different ways. But I was on a call with an agent today and I prefaced our call with, I don't think I know everything. Right. And because it can be perceived that way. I am a top producer in the marketplace. I just got a co-hosting a streaming TV series. And, I've been interviewed with one of the AI programs that you actually turned me onto, spotlighted for them. And so all these different things are happening and coming together, or I've been, featured for news stations as an expert in the real estate. And so some people from afar can think that means that I feel like I know it all. And that's just not truly who I am. I am always about it. Like, tell me your perspective, because I get to learn more about people and the different perspectives. And I call it looking at the different sides of a Rubik's. Yeah. Because there's more than one side. And I want that, to me, that's like iron sharpens iron, and like, show me the different side because it makes me better. And so AI is something, technology is just, it's head over heels, and it's moving at such a fast pace that if we don't embrace it, we will be left behind. And I had a friend's dad who retired. Shoot, I don't even know how long ago. This man has gone in and out of retirement so many times. And he has said, he's like, technology. He's like, I'm going to go to work until technology pushes me out. But he's already come to the realization that technology is pushing him out of his job. Well, that's for every facet in every industry. And so either you jump on board, learn how to utilize it and make it work for you, or you get left in the dust. And we have a lot of people who are sitting on the fence thinking that it might be a fad, or that it's even scary. I have one guy who just signed up for the course. He and I were talking yesterday, and he was just like, oh my gosh. He's like, this scares me. And I'm like, why does it scare you? And he's like, people are going to lose jobs. And I was like, only the people who don't want to learn about it. I was like, think about how many opportunities it creates. Just with what you've gone through already, somebody could stop and say, oh, you know what? I'm going to open this as a business, and I'm going to now do all of this. Like, the wheels, the opportunities after that first 48 hours, I was like, oh my gosh, if I wanted to just go in this direction and do this or do that.
Do it. Yeah.
You can. Oh my gosh. And so that is just, and for me, I'm excited. The more that I can learn, I don't think I know it all. I learn all the time, even after taking your course. I don't know it all. But now that I got all my AI tools, I'm a little sharper than what I was. It's like a whole team of people behind me at any given time with the answers and ready to go at a lot quicker pace than what I could ever provide them.
And you know, I think beyond that too, it's just thinking about how much it takes for an agent like yourself to manage. How many positions did AI just fill? A marketer, a copywriter, graphics, a video person. How much time, energy, and effort will go into filling those positions, then training them how to do it, and then managing those individuals? Do you think that takes away from the service that you provide your customer? It's impossible that it doesn't, because if you have to spend time, energy, and effort, then emotional status gets put into effect. Instead, you have AI run all that, and now you are freed up to go and communicate with your clients. One of our core beliefs is to spend less time behind a computer or more time communicating with your clients.
Yes, and it does that hand over foot. And look, I blew up my team. I ran a team, and I blew up my team in December. And when I say I blew it up, it was just like there was some writing on the wall, some things needed to happen, and I gave a decision, and they got to choose A or B, and that made another decision. And so essentially, it's as if the team blew up. And what some people may have perceived that like it was a crazy time for us here. Not only did we have the COVID stuff and then higher interest rates, and we also, I'm in South Louisiana, we have flood stuff that's happening and insurance stuff that's happening, but we also had an MLS merger, and we had 4 associations that were merging into one. And so in the midst of team dismantling something new, we had 123 Main Street showing a yellow school bus. And so then you had to like kind of pivot with all of that stuff. The last 2 of my employees, I had to lay off in February. Like it was really tough times. And in the midst of all of that, was able to still like kind of keep pace, right? A lot, I felt like I was barely keeping my head above water, right? And just taking it as a learning opportunity to grow in whatever facet that I saw the universe saw fit. But then I took this course, and oh my gosh, the amount of stuff that we have been able to put in place. And I'm coming up where I had set a goal for myself on how many houses to sell this year. By October, I'll have met that. So I still have like 2 extra months in the year. And like everything about this, a lot of my clientele are business owners. And so Nick, I have shared so many tips with them about this very thing. And they get so excited about it because they're like, I have these employees and I'm always, in how they respond to this, or, oh my gosh, wait, you mean to tell me I don't need to pay these like tens of thousands of dollars for marketing because I can just do this instead?
Yes.
And I look brilliant. I love to take a course or learn from someone else and then bring it into my sphere and my marketplace. And I look brilliant because that is what being an avid student and networking with all the people and taking the courses that do things just like this have done for me. I'm telling you, I've heard it so many times in our state, like, well, no one's ever done that before, or you're the first. I'm not the first. I'm just fortunate enough that there are some amazing people out there who have taught me or have shared just different things that they're doing in their marketplace, and I've been able to bring it. And it has worked out incredibly.
And something that we always say too is value unarticulated is value unappreciated. If you cannot clearly articulate what makes you more valuable than every other agent out there, you won't get selected. So this is just another feather in the cap, like you said, showing business owners, whether they're clients right now or not, they're probably going to know some people who are going to be selling in real estate too.
Yes.
And Kelli, I want to wrap it up by asking you this one question here, Kelli. What does it mean to you to be one of the world's very first AI certified agents?
Oh my gosh, I'm incredibly proud for it. I'm rebranding right now, and I am plastering that everywhere because I'm that proud of it.
Yeah.
I am shouting from the rooftops for other people to take it. And it doesn't, I'm a firm believer in collaboration over competition. And so anyone and everyone who has asked me about AI, I am sharing information with them in regards of that. I'm extremely proud to be aligned with you guys, and y'all keep bringing it every single week in society. It's been amazing.
Well, I'm really excited for the future holds with us too, and all the amazing things. Because Kelly, if you know me, I got a couple other ideas that we're going to be rolling out up here as well. We're going to keep moving. We will not stop, and I'm very grateful to have you a part of it, Kelly, because I think you make all of us better. Guys, if you are in Louisiana and you need to work with one of the world's only AI certified agents, and dare I say, are you the only AI certified agent in Louisiana right now?
Only one in Louisiana.
Only one in the state right now. You got to go to Kelly. Kelly, thank